San Diego State comes out in the second half and just blew them off the court. Scored 41-25 in the second half. Trey Kell was really hot last night. 4 for 5 from the three-point line and 18 points total, leading the team in scoring, all Mountain West Conference according to the coaches. And what's so exciting about it is he's the local kid from St. Augustine High School who's now leading this San Diego State team to New York City in the semifinals of the NIT. Trey Kell back on Scott and BR on the Mighty 1090. Hey, Trey, what's up? I combined Trey and Kell. Hey, Trell.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing great, man. I loved watching you last night. And
man.
Right. I loved watching that last night because I saw something in you last night that I've never seen before, and maybe it was me. Maybe you've done this before. But I saw you getting into it where you're asking the crowd, bring more, give us more noise, give us more energy. Have I missed that in your game all year, or was this the first time you've ever been like, bring it, give me more, give me more?
You might be right. That might have been the first time I did that. You know, it was just one of those things. It was the loudest I could remember it being since I've been there. And it's just one of those things. I mean, if it's that loud, why not make it louder?
Yeah, I felt like, you know, when I look at you as a player, I see you as being the most even-keeled personality on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, Winston's emotional, and Malik is sort of sensational, and Dakari's so defensive and energetic. I see you as being so even-keeled. What changed for you last night that you all of a sudden got into the emotion of the moment?
I mean, just what we knew we had at stake. I mean, a chance to go to New York City and play in a special arena like Madison Square Garden. I mean, that's something every basketball player wants to do. And then plus just the heat of the moment, you know, is just one of those things, like I said earlier, that was just the crowd was real loud. I mean, once it's that loud, I mean, you have no choice but to, you know, just soak it in for a little bit. So it was just one of those things that just wanted to make it loud as I could.
Now, was this while Georgia Tech was catching up to you guys? They got within 4 points with like 11 minutes to play?
Say that again?
When they got within 4 points to you guys, was that when all this emotion started coming out?
I don't remember exactly. I just remember at some point in the first half that's what happened.
I thought Georgia Tech, when I saw them before the game, I went, these guys are big, they're thick, they look physical, and these guys, you tell me, Trey, they came in here talking all kinds of junk to you guys on the floor last night. What was it like out there?
I mean, it was exactly what we expected. I mean, before the game, the coaches were telling us, I mean, their big guys are big and their guards are big. So I walked out for warm-ups, and I remember that was the first thing that came to my head was they're big. I mean, you see them doing their warm-ups. They're all yelling, you know, trying to have the intimidation factor. During the game, like, I think someone blocked Winston, and some guys started talking about how they're from the ACC and they're a different animal and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not the type to get into that, but, I mean, at the end of the day, we won the game, so I just let that speak for itself.
That's right. Trey Kell, San Diego State guard on Scott and BR. He was 4 for 5 last night from three-point range, 18 points. That number 3 of theirs, he was a thick, strong-looking dude. Coach Fisher told us before the game yesterday, we were broadcasting from courtside, he said, dude, this guy looks like he's a tight end in the NFL. He was big and strong, and he was physical, man. He was pushing guys around. I was surprised the refs let him get away with as much as he did.
Yeah, that's one of the main people that stood out to me was because watching film, it doesn't really show, like, people's attributes as well as it does when you see them in person. So when the game started and you're kind of next to him, you realize he's a big, quote-unquote, point guard. So, we know. I'm just glad we got the victory, and he's a good player.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, and again, I'm asking you for your opinion. This is my observation. But, dude, your shot looks smoother than it has all season long. And I don't know if it's finding some open space and having that extra tenth of a second, but your three-point shot is just looking smoother and more confident. What do you think of that evaluation?
Yeah, I would agree. I've just been, putting in a lot of work just from having the struggles from last year. and then just going through a couple of games where I'm not making some shots this year, just to keep going, try to still tighten up my shot and make it the best as can. And right now it's feeling really good, so I'm just hoping to keep it going into New York.
Yeah, you guys are playing the best ball of the year. It's amazing, isn't it? How you get disrespected by the selection committee. They're unimpressed with who you beat. They're shocked by who you lost to, and then you let teams like Washington and Georgia Tech come into town, and you win these games very handily. I think you guys are making your statement, but there's still 2 games and 2 more chances to do even more damage, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, we came in coming in, well, at least I did and a couple other people on the team, just thinking like how we got disrespected, just some of the teams we didn't beat. So, I mean, we have, Washington and a Pac-12 team where Pac-12 gets a lot of respect from the committee and stuff like that. So we wanted to show how good we are against them. And then the best conference everyone thinks in the country, which they probably are with the amount of teams they have in the tournament still, with the ACC. So I'm glad we're just showing well against some of the power conferences, and we're looking to keep it going.
And Coach Fisher will remind you, right? I mean, I would imagine that's one of his main things that he reminds you guys about.
Yeah, I mean, he makes sure he stays on us to make sure we stay focused on what's next.
Trey Kell on Scott and BR on the Mighty 1090. Trey, let me ask you this. When you were coming out of high school at St. Augustine, where else were you considering besides San Diego State?
Vanderbilt, Oregon, Gonzaga, I think Arizona. All
right, so you had choices of major programs.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, why did you choose to stay home?
It just has, I feel like it had everything, and then plus the opportunity just to stay close to my family. I mean, San Diego State to me is a program that's well known amongst the country. We were always been ranked, always been in the tournament, except for this year. But I just felt like it had all the same things. I had a great relationship with the coaches, and I met the players real cool. So I just felt like it was a good spot for me.
The reason I'm asking is because now, all of a sudden, we're seeing more and more top-flight talent come from San Diego in high school basketball.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how often you share your story of, I could have gone to Oregon, I could have gone to Arizona, could have played at Gonzaga. Huge. I could have gone back east and played at Vanderbilt. How often are you asked to share your story with local potential recruits?
I've done it a couple times. I mean, the most recent was, what's his name? TJ Leaf.
Yeah, right.
I talked to him once or twice. I mean, obviously it didn't work out, but I mean, you can't make a person want to go to San Diego State. It's up to them eventually. So I just told him, it's a good spot. It's a program that's on the rise and for sure close to the top with some of the major programs like Kansas and stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's if you mind staying with your family, or if you're one of those kids that growing up, you just want to, just branch out. So I tell them that, and at the end of the day, they make the decision.
All right, we're talking to Trey Kell from San Diego State, All Mountain West Conference, and the leading scorer on the team last night, 18 points, 4 for 5 from three-point range. Getting ready for New York. Anything that you say, hey, I want to do while I'm there? Have you ever been? I don't even know.
Yeah, that's why it was exciting for me. I've never been to New York. I've just always heard about how nice it is. So, I mean, I have no idea what to expect, but I'm just hoping that we get to see as much of it as we can during the time we're there.
And winning this tournament has to be obviously paramount to this visit. I mean, it's great. Let's go to New York. Let's go to the Empire State Building. Let's go visit Ground Zero.
Do the whole tourist thing.
Let me get a pastrami sandwich with some good mustard. I mean, the whole thing. But seriously, winning this tournament is so important now. You guys are there. You got to finish this thing off.
Yeah, we for sure know priority number 1 and 2 is winning these games coming up first against George Washington. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt to, while we have a little downtime, to look at some other things to look at in New York. But still, we for sure know our main focus is George Washington.
Yeah, I mean, let's finish it right for these seniors. I mean, these guys, have been the heart and soul of this program.
Yeah.
And we thought we were going to see them for the last time against UNLV. It's been 3 more home games. The crowds have been out of control. You know how this city's going to react if you guys bring this championship home. Let's do it for these guys, and love to see you bring it all back.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right, Trey, nice talking to you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Trey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Trey Kell.